What is up, Nerf Nation, fellow Nerfers and enthusiasts? It's Matty the Nerf Guy here, broadcasting to you live from the Matty Lair. Welcome to another old school Blasters Review Week video. This is day 5. We'll be covering the Alpha Trooper, cs-18. So, this came out, I believe it was 2009 or 10. It was a Target exclusive. Going over externals, not really much and all. You got the, starting at the front, very simple blaster. Starting at the front and all, you basically no attachment point right here. This was the grip. This thing did jam up a lot. The grip was pretty comfy and all. You could attach a stock right here on the stock attachment point. You had a tactical rail and a sling attachment point. As the name suggests, Alpha Trooper CS-18. It had an 18-dot drum. This came out after the Raider and the drum of the Raider design of the drum and all. I believe that's kind of sort of took after and all. This thing jammed up a lot. I don't know if it was a problem with the catch or something and all, but for me, this is just more of like a collector's piece and all. I use this in like if I'm going to close quarters, battles and all, like indoor battles. Just based on the fact that this one right here doesn't get any more than 15 feet. I don't know what happened. I was playing with this one day and it stopped firing as far as I had. Don't know if it was the spring I did when I modded it or not, but and so I don't know. Anyway, but other than that though, these things look aesthetically cool. Other than them being like grotesquely inaccurate and all, I think they had an attempt where it was like an attempt to slam fire, which I'll tell you that. Yeah, they do slam fire and all, though it wasn't quite as perfected as when they started doing it wasn't quite as perfected. Slam fire was pretty cool, but this thing did jam up a lot. That's my only complaint. Aesthetically wise, it looks pretty cool. This thing has huge modding potential in the Nerf community. They have orange mod work. I believe it was like Agent Johnny B Films did on YouTube. He is another Nerfer and all. He's the one who did the Dead Reckoning / Humans vs Zombies web series and all. Which, by the way, I cannot wait for that to come out. Anyway, the next episodes 4 through 6 and all. Sorry. Anyway, I really hope this has a lot of modding potential. A lot of people, Orange Modworks, Agent Johnny B Films did a video for Orange Modworks and all. They had a modification kit specifically designed for like different blasters. One of them was the Alpha Trooper. They had ones for like the Recon CS6, the Raider CS35, the Long Strike CS6. They had ones for different ones and all. Okay, and I'm probably going to be putting, when I can save up enough money and get the time and all, if I'm not working a lot, I'll probably find some way to redo the whole Orange Modworks thing. But, basically, mine does not come with a magazine. I got this off a friend off of Facebook and all. This was, I'm sorry to say this and all, but this, in my mind, this is just a collector's piece and all. This will not see any outside battles, just based on the fact that my personal one here, I tested it out before. It was working good when I put a new spring in it. But sadly, it doesn't work. It gets maybe less than, I think it goes like 13.5 feet before it dips. So, in my mind, that's pretty much only close quarter control. That's, in my mind, pretty much, heck, a jolt goes farther than this one. I mean, that's sad. A jolt goes farther than this. But modding potential off the scales with this thing. Modding potential is just like, kind of like the 1995 crossbow or, and all. Me as a modder, I am sort of a light modder and all. I'm not one for like a huge paint job or anything. Mine just because it's very time consuming, and I mean, with me money's kind of tight and all. Hence the reason why I usually go thrifting or why I try to buy my stuff, off a Facebook group called, if I want to trade or something, I'll just, there's a group on Facebook called Nerf Buy, Sell, and Trade and all. So yeah, that's a group I'm in. If I'm in that and I want to, trade or something, I can, I'll just do that, or I'll just go thrifting, because for me, money's kind of tight, and also, doing a whole cosmetic mod and all that isn't really within the price range. I'll just do something like, take a spring, that I have, I have a few springs that I plan on using for different projects, basically all I'll do is mod this thing with another spring, and just try to do a different paint job, like, just, the only thing I'll probably do with this thing and all is just, I don't really know what I'll do with this, and I'll probably try to paint the body orange, I guess, and just leave this the way it is. But in my mind, I'm not one for a huge mod. This thing is very cool though in the Nerf community. It has huge modding potential. I'd recommend though, if you're going to get an Alpha Trooper of this size and all, you know, if it's all to use, try to open it up and before you do that and all, fire it a few times and all, see how well it works. Then go in like I did. You know, first thing I did before I modded this, I went and see how the internals work, see what was all wrong with it. There wasn't anything wrong with this, just needed a better spring because it didn't really fire that well. But anyway though, all I gotta say though is this is a very good blaster in terms of cosmetics and modding potential. But battle effective though, this particular one jammed up a lot. Now there are a couple of different, now this came out in a couple of different flavors. This here was a Target exclusive. There was one called the N-Strike Elite Alpha Trooper CS-12. It was basically looked like this, it's different color scheme, and it had a 12-dart magazine. Then there was another one called the it was the Orange XD version. It had a recycled Alpha Trooper stock. I was sorry, recycled Spectre stock. You know, I think that's the first one that came with the stock. And instead of coming with like a drum or a, you know, something like a stick magazine or stick magazine or stick magazine or a drum, it came with like two recycled solid colored 6-dart magazines. And they're like solid orange rather than the solid orange on one side, like the N-Strike Elite magazines. Yeah. They came in a variation of flavors. This one is my favorite just because, you know, I'm a big fan of the classics and all. Don't get me wrong, the modern stuff, you know, like Rapid Strike, Strife and all that, they are good, but you know, I like the stuff I grew up with as a kid, and this one I grew up with as a kid, you know, back in high school. So yeah, I know it's really not much and all on this review, but there's really not much for me to say other than that. Then on the review, that it's that in my mind it's grotesquely inaccurate for my taste and all. For you, I might not know. It's up to you. But it is good in terms of the fact that you can just paint this any way you want to. You can anything you can think about of modding this, you can. You know. So yeah. Great potential for modding, just in my mind, in unmodified form and stock form straight out of the box. Not exactly best performance, you know, because back in the olden days, this, well, it is not jamming now. This thing jammed up a lot. Well, it works fine now, but this thing doesn't get any more than like 13, it'll be lucky if it even gets to 15 feet. I believe it claimed like up to 35, 40 feet and all, but I think when this came out it was like dropping a less than that, like I think 35 feet or so. When you shot up at an angle it usually went farther, but when you're just shooting at straight, you know, in mind this isn't very battle effective outdoors, this would be like more indoors now, you know, indoors where space is somewhat limited, you know. But like me though, this would probably be good because as me, you know, I'm not one for that many shots, you know, I'll be leading my team. The only time I need that many shots, you know, is when I'm, you know, in, if I want to do this and have like a, you know, 35-dart drum, then I'll do that, but I'm not really going to do that, so, yeah, but in my mind, this is more of a collection piece, so yeah. That concludes it for, this, episode 5 of Old School Blaster Reviews Week. This is Old School Blaster Reviews Week Day 5 of Old School Blaster Reviews. I really hope you enjoy this video. If you have any videos you'd like me to do in the future on reviews, versus videos, loadout videos, you know, and other mod videos that you'd like to see, click that subscribe button and leave me a comment and drop me a comment below in the comment section. Also, be sure to like, rate, comment, and subscribe. Also, Nerf War footage going to be coming on the 15th of my Nerf War for an ANC war here in Arcadia, Indiana. I hope you guys will, if anyone in the, you know, Arcadia, Indiana, Jackson, you know, Arcadia, Indiana, you know, like Arcadia, Atlanta, Cicero, or even as far away as Indianapolis or something, you know. If you guys want to come, I encourage you guys to come, you know. It's going to be great. We're going to have a lot of fun. Footage of that war to come after June 15th. So, I love you all. You know, no fun. Peace and hair grease. Much love. Peace.